Manière de Voir should be a case study for their aesthetics and branding. I don't think there's a better example of a low quality brand looking this expensive, and it is a masterclass in perceptions and what we call oat washing, which is essentially appearing higher quality and more luxurious than you actually are. This is a Manière de Voir store. It has a certain vibe, a very strong woody smell, and is even dressed up like a designer apartment with dupes of designer furniture. You're also not bombarded with clothing, and it looks like a designer store. There's wood everywhere, parquet flooring, walnut panels, and even the coat hangers are expensive wooden ones over cheap plastic. Firstly, the name Manière de Voir is French to give the assumption of a fashion house synonymous with luxury, even though it's far from that. And even the logo is an Eiffel Tower, so the same thing. They moved away from heavy branding and into the quiet luxury trend, and the colour palette is very much that. But let's look at the products. This is their vintage leather jacket named Laurent, the French way. It's kind of like those Miu Miu ones with the vintage patinaed leather, but it says it's made from premium vegan leather. It's actually 100% plastic inside and out, so it's not vintage and it's not leather, but it's called a vintage leather jacket. This pocket detail features on lots of their products and was probably taken from Bottega Veneta, who feature it on all of their items, and it also resembles some Prada designs too. This bomber jacket is clearly inspired by the Louis Vuitton varsity jackets, which retail for about 5 grand, only instead of wool and leather, these are 100% plastic. Even the items that say wool blend are actually just 10% wool, and the dominant fibre is of course plastic again. And all of their suede items are 100% plastic, so despite having a high quality aesthetic, the items are actually very low quality made from poor fibres. There's actually barely any natural fibres in their whole product offering. It's essentially an entirely plastic brand which relies heavily on aesthetics and shamelessly takes design elements from other luxury brands to make you think you're getting the same thing for a fraction of the price.